My dream, to become Formula One world champion. My everyday goal, staying focused, staying calm, watch the road unfolding in slow motion, never close my eyes, take risks, always keep control, and attack. Attack whenever I can. When the final line has passed, never regret. My destination, the future.
And here are our friends, still locked together, very much so. Aleshin quicker in the curves. On the straights, it's Ricciardo. And he, if they finish like this, will be crowned champion. Confirmation of how the points will be handed out.
My father did some racing when he was young, and I grew up, you know, my weekends were at the racetrack. You know, my mum was holding me and I was watching my dad race around the local track there in Perth. So, yeah, and then from there I just had it in my blood, you know. I was, yeah, I'm sure from that age, you know, I was 4 or 5 years old, and I was emotionally quite hit by this event, and it was still what I wanted to do, and I think, yeah, that's when it all started. My mum was quite scared. It's much more dangerous than playing tennis or something like this. So that was my mum's reason why she didn't want me to start. And then my dad was more, he knew how hard it was, so I think he wanted to steer me away just not to be disappointed. And the biggest decision since then was to move to Europe when I was, yeah, 17. You know, when I said it's really what I want to do and I believe I can do it, then, you know, they were 100% full support, so this is important.
Aleshin appears to be getting even more aggressive here. Since the pit stops, he has clearly been the quicker of the two vehicles. Can he translate it? It's a big, big question, and we'll have the answer at the end of this. And you have to avoid those curbs, they're so slippy.
At this time, Ricardo started to drive even slower than he was driving before, which gave me an opportunity to come closer and to start breaking his race lines.
This is psychological warfare in a torrent we're watching now.
It's always much more difficult when somebody's behind you, and I tried to stay quite relaxed, but, you know, I was trying to push at the same time and just try to understand where he was in my mirrors and which was the best line for me to take in order to keep him behind.
Big look up the inside from Aleshin. Door slammed shut there by Ricciardo. This is going to rage on. It's time to put your cards on the table. Across the line they come once again. It's not timed out yet.
I really like the area. It's really close to my house, and it's just very peaceful and very quiet, so it's much better than a gym sometimes. It's quite a magical place for me. I like this sort of stuff. It reminds me of what we have back home in Australia, so yeah, it's a good place to wind down.
The physical demands of Formula One races is very difficult. You need endurance to last the hour and a half to 2 hours of the race. You need strength to be able to withstand all the G-forces and the strength of the car. And you need to have lightning fast reactions. So it's a combination of endurance, strength and speed. And it's the right combination that will give you the best results.
The nerves are starting to fray back at base. Ricciardo is holding his, though, as Aleshin tries another strange line here. He's trying to psych him out. Oh, and they're busy driving for him back home. Look at this. Fabulous entertainment right at the very end of the season. We couldn't have asked for more. The nerves starting to fray in the pits. Check this out, though. Another move, perhaps. Oh, and he backs out of it just at the right time. The slew back onto the start-finish straight. Big slew on the back end, and round we go again. This is far from over.
Of course, Daniel is a great guy to fight with, because he also wanted the fair fight when I spoke with him before the race. And that's why I also didn't touch his car at all.
I just had to try and make my car as wide as possible, and I think, yeah, I did a pretty good job.
For me, it's very important to win fair.
Es Daniel Ricciardo!
For any driver, you know, winning is great. It's what we all, it's why we race. It's why we do it, to get the satisfaction and the joy. It makes you think about all the more difficult times you've had, and then just winning in that moment, you feel like it's all worth it. And then to see the team there with a big smile, and this takes over everything. If my parents are there, it's great to spend it with them, and to see them really happy makes me really happy as well. And I know that, yeah, this makes them very proud.
Film up.
Hi Daniel, how are you?
Very good, thank you.
Good.
This is the race bays where all the cars come after the races, and this is where they all get worked on. So this is their home for when they're not at the racetrack, they're staying here.
This is a car of Sebastian from last year, and it's also the car I did my first Formula 1 test in Jerez last year in December. I was lucky to get 3 days in it, and yeah, it was the best, probably the best 3 days of my life, you know, in a race car. I was mixed emotions, you know. I was very happy, very anxious, excited, but quite scared as well, because yeah, the first time I started to accelerate, I felt a lot of power. But it took a couple laps to understand what it could do. But then yeah, once I realized it's okay, it can do it, then yeah, each lap I just wanted to go faster and faster, you know. It's just like a drug, I guess, you know. It just brings you back for more, and it's a good feeling. It's a good drug.
The clock is almost out, and then once it's stopped, we will have one more lap, don't forget, before we know who will be crowned. But look at this, Aleshin is getting more and more aggressive here by every single corner. Again, he cuts that one very, very tight, trying to find a different line on the escape. Long way, all the way around the outside, and tries to cut on the inside again on the exit, and he can't do it. Aleshin is being fended off here by perfect lines from Ricciardo. Here we go again. Oh, no, he's gone wide. Ricciardo's at the door here, and round the outside goes Aleshin, and he's made it stick. This is unbelievable stuff. The Russian is through. Pure entertainment here of the very, very highest order. Aleshin in the front, this is how he did it. Ricciardo getting in too deep here. Just a momentary lapse of concentration, and the door is open. Step through Aleshin. Will he, though, be crowned champion? It's now for Ricciardo to fight back. The shoulders have dropped back home. He needs, though, to keep his head up high.
I'm okay. I'm all right. We put up a good fight, and for sure everyone's a little bit heartbroken, which is normal. You know, you come so close and you don't quite get it. But at the end of the day, we should be proud that we were in this position to fight. I did all I could to defend him. I tried closing the door and not letting him pass, and I did it for nearly all the race. And then with not so many laps to go, he was just able to make it stick, and just off the corner I was just trying to control the wheel spin the car was getting, but he yeah, it was not enough.
I was just one more time doing my job, and I knew that it's already 3 laps to the finish, and after 3 corners I overtook him because he was on the wrong line, basically. So, no, I just overtook Daniel, and then I saw Jean-Eric in the front, and I thought, all right, you know, if I can overtake him as well, it would be nice. If not, then I'm fine with P3 in the race and won the championship.
At least I didn't make it easy for him, and if he was to pass me the first time he attacked, then I would be much more disappointed. So, yeah, it was a tough race, definitely a tough race.
Time waits for no man, but the flag waits for Aleshin here. Ricciardo trying everything to hold on to him here, and he's got into a spin. Oh my goodness, we have a champion. He'll finish this race 3rd, but he's the man.
We are the champions.
We have a roadmap, like we like to say, towards Formula One. So all our young drivers have a plan, not just to win the championship in the current year, but we're looking forward to Formula One, and not just to be a Formula One driver, but to be Formula One world champion. And that's an extra level above just being a Formula One driver. And I can definitely see that in the future.
What a gesture it is from Ricciardo. 2 gentlemen, we'll see a lot more of these boys, maybe in Formula One, who knows.
Daniel, pour moi aujourd'hui, c'est quand même un exemple puisqu'il le prend très bien, et je pense que ça, c'est signe d'un champion. Enfin, je l'aurais sûrement pas pris comme ça, et j'en tire leçon, c'est sûr.
Champion, ahí está the winner, Michael Aleshin.
We're not carrying the first place trophy, but like you said, we still had a pretty incredible season, and we showed enough signs that I'm ready for the next step. And I think now that the season's over, some progress will be made, and probably in the next month I will know what's happening for next year. So it's a stressful time, but exciting as well.